hello, hello. I think I'm on. Let me see. I'm in the wrong tab, completely in the wrong tab. Hi, this is Knight, and welcome to the Underground Gospel Show. Yes, you're here. It's a Friday or a Saturday night, depending on where you are and what channel you watch, and or a very safe live streaming show that's a little bit of gospel, a little bit of music, a lot of me, a lot of flip chit chat, and just talking away. A little bit of messages from you, and thank you guys when you do get messages. I've got some good ones lately. People enjoying the show, so thank you. We're trying a little different lighting setup. I don't know if I'm liking this or not. To me, it's a little too stark. That's the word for it. It's dark. I have kind of a blue purpley filter on one and diffusion on the other, and it's lighting up the background really nice. Background looks great. Foreground, not so much. I don't think. I see if I'm going to like this or not. So anyway, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Once again, this is show number 121. I can't believe I've done 121 of these things. And so, yeah, it's show number 121. We're trying to mix it up, trying to do some different things here in the recording studio. Let's see what's going on this week. By the time you watch this, I'm probably in LA. I've pre recorded these shows, and I'll be in LA for doing some general meetings and getting some writing stuff done and getting ready to release a book that will be coming out in November, and there'll be more about that. I have to remember to start talking about the book in November. And it's a book about Mary and Joseph, and it's going to be on Amazon. I'll give you more information later, so stay tuned for that. What else we got going on? If you need more information, I can put the little banner thing on. Let's put that scroll going, and let's do this one right here. And so basically, if you need any information, you go night-music.com, and you can find out what I'm doing. Uh, there's a tip code that if you want to support me, it's about a cup of coffee on Patreon. And then you get this about 4 weeks earlier. So this show is actually coming out tomorrow, which is well, let's see. This show is actually coming out on August 13th if you're a Patreon member. And if you're not a Patreon member, it is coming out on September 10th. So hopefully you are enjoying it either in August or September. It's $2.99 to see it a month early. Also, you can go to our website. There's merchandise. You can find Jesus merchandise in a dozen or so languages. You can find links to the merchandise, of course. You can find my live tour dates. You can get more information about these shows. We're broadcast every Friday and Saturday night on Twitch, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live. So I hope you're watching one of those. If you're watching it on Twitch, we're only live during the half an hour show. If you're watching on Facebook, it stays up for 2 weeks, so you can catch past episodes. But you can always go to my YouTube channel, which is music, the number four, the king. So go to YouTube/music for the king, and I've subscribed to that, and you can watch past episodes, 121 past episodes, and hopefully we're getting a little bit better each time we do it, and or each time I do it. And you can see the earliest episodes, and oh my gosh, I know I deleted some of them because they were. I was watching them going, I can't keep this up. This is so bad. But some of them were, yeah, they weren't great, but you can see the progression and getting better. And I think that's what we all want to do is just get better all the time and be instrumental when we can. Help each other out, and that's our motto. You'll see that in everything we do. You'll see it a bunch on the website. You'll see it on my email tags. You'll see it on bumper stickers and on my license plate frame. If you ever see a show that I'm at, you can tell my car because it says nightmusic.com and, be instrumental. Let's see. And I'm also doing a series of campaigns, series of, you might have seen one of the ads on Google that say be instrumental. We're borrowing that from we got the inspiration, I should say, from the Apple Think Differently ad. And so we've you know not borrowed. Well, we're inspired by that ad, and so instead of think differently, we're be instrumental, and that's what we want to be in this world is be instrumental. Of course, I'm an instrumental guitar player, so it's kind of like that's the reason we put it all together. Anyway, is that all the housekeeping things? Yeah. If you want me to come to your church, hit me up with an email. The email is at Guitar for Music. Let me put the email up right quick. I can do that right now. I got a banner with the email. So, of course, when you work, we have the banner with the email. So, anyway, go to Guitar for Music at Guitar for Jesus at musician.com. Sorry, musician.org. It's been a morning, guys. It's been a day. It's been a day that I've had this morning. It's been interesting. Anyway, but that brings us to the verse that we're sponsored by, which is Second Corinthians 4:16. And it was really funny when I saw that. As far as on the lesson plan, because I turned my phone off. Well, this is going to be fun. So we're going to wait in just a moment. I'm going to talk to you while my phone turns on, and before I read the lesson to you, because it's kind of short and sweet. But what it is, in to paraphrase, so here I am using the Bible version, the Message, which kind of is paraphrasing anyway. That's paraphrasing in time. Anyway, but it paraphrases the Bible a lot because there's this one part, and I love the part where Jesus says to the disciples, "You're driving me crazy." I don't think Jesus ever said, "You're driving me anything." So I don't think that was a term that was used in ancient times. It might have been. Not buying it though. So let me go over here to the verse, pull it up. Da, 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 we're on. We're good. You. Do you guys use you version? Send me a message and let me know if you use a Bible app or if you read out of the book. But how do you get your word? And or do you just watch me? Because that's a bad idea. But anyway, but 4 Corinthians 16 just says this: we never give up. Our bodies are gradually dying, but ourselves are made stronger every day. These little troubles are getting us ready for an eternal glory that will make all our troubles seem like nothing. And I love that because so many people, when they lose somebody, they'll pray so hard for somebody's healing. Great example. But they don't pray for God's will in somebody's healing. What if God's will is for that person to actually, you know, well, but how can they do that? What about their children? Now, their children be left without a mother, without a father. Maybe that was God's will for that person to strengthen and to become strong without having a mother and father. And somehow 20, 30, 40 years later, because of that, make decisions because of being a person that didn't have a mother or father. I'm not saying that's the case. I don't know. Everybody's situation is different. I've told the story before about going to that church in, I believe it was Florida, and the pastor at the church um, just went off for 45 minutes about how his faith was being questioned, how he was begin doubting whether or not God was real. And the reason why was because his best friend, his best childhood friend, was having a problem, and so they prayed for a complete healing, and he had the church pray for weeks, months, maybe, for the complete healing, and the friend died. And he said, he just felt like God let him down so much. And so after the service, after everybody left and everything, and I mean, it was a really negative. I never went back to the church. I don't know how, I don't think any other new person would ever go back to the church after the negativity that that guy said about, God not answering prayer. And I walked up to him afterward. I said, "Well, what did you want your friend to go to heaven?" He's like, "Of course I did." I said, "Well, what was your plan to get him there?" And he just looked at me with absolute despise. I mean, he did not want to be asked that question in any way, shape, or form, and I'm sorry for that. But really, what was his plan to get his friend into heaven? I mean, the rapture, that we were all going to go at the same time. Well, that would be a great way to do it, but that might not actually be God's plan. And God's plan might have been for the friend to go up and for the pastor to question and for me to be at that church and to completely tick that pastor off by asking him a simple question. What was his plan for his friend to get in heaven? You know, did you want your friend to suffer you going first? I mean, that would be a possibility. Here you are not feeling any pain and suffering. And I said, the bottom line, well, I did not say this to the pastor, but the bottom line was someday that pastor will be with his friend again and will be with him in heaven. And he will not remember the suffering and the pain and the sadness that he went through. He won't remember it. All he'll see is the joy of their friendship on earth and the joy of their friendship in heaven. And that's all he's going to remember. So, but needless to say, so you guys might be going through something right now and praying and wondering if God's answering your prayer. Well, we don't know his plan, but go ahead and strengthen yourself, go through. Make sure you're taking care of your body. Okay, it's incredibly important to eat well, um, to do things that if you know the things are bad for you, stop doing them. If you know y- that you can't, walk or run because of something. I have a relative that is smokes cigarettes and is going through tremendous health issues right now. And I'm just like, but what did you expect? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not heartless. I love you completely, and I would do anything to help you. But you've told me for literally decades, for over 30 years now, I am not going to quit smoking. Well, now you're suffering for it. You have the problems because of that. But you defiantly, whenever anybody will say, you might want to not smoke, you just defiantly smoked. And it's like, I am never going to quit. Okay, well, you can't smoke and do oxygen at the same time because it's very flammable and you could blow yourself up. So it's such a mess. And once again, just defiance. um but as Christians, we don't have to have that because we're made stronger every day, um, by God. Now, do we not get sick? Of course we get sick. Do we not get challenges? Of course we have challenges. But the bottom line is, we have something greater than our challenges, and that's our faith in Jesus Christ and our faith in God. And so, if you're not there yet, send me a message, leave it on the Facebook post. Go ahead, and this isn't a trolling place. So, if you have something really, really negative and really, really outstandingly bad, send it to me in an email. I answer every single email. Personally answer every single email. There is not a whole staff of people that work for me yet. There might be in the future, but there aren't right now. So I answer each one, and I will do my best to help you through this stuff. Um, anyway, so let's go back and I'll get this. Let me go back to the nightmusic.com because you can find all the information and contact information at night-music.com. So we got that going on. I'll go back over here to the brand area. And first, pull that up. And so make sure you're reading. Once again, let me know what version of the Bible you're reading. I would be very interested to know that. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of songs here. Um, this first one, well, you probably know if you ever listened to, if you're a Christian during the 90s, 2000s, you probably know this song right here. I think this is up. Oh, let me do this first because I have had people, and I don't know. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. That might have looked really weird. I don't know. Yeah. Really? You know what I said about never giving up? Yes, that was I See the Lord. The next one I'm going to do is it's a little strange one. Talk about not giving up. And the reason why I wanted to do this song was because I originally was going to record it. It was on my very first list of songs to record 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, when I started this whole project of night music. And It's there was a version of it by the Casting Crowns, and the version that I fell in love with was by Bing Crosby. It was done in the 1930s, and this song is very, very old. And so I couldn't believe that, Casting Crowns did a version. A few other people have done. I mean, it's been recorded by all the old greats. There was a group of people in the 40s, Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, and then it's been recorded by a lot of people, since. But I wanted to play it, and man, I got to tell you, I had so much trouble with this song. I worked on it and worked on it and worked on it and worked on it, and wasn't happy with any of my voicings and any of my recordings. This year, I just pulled it out again and said, you know what? We're going to do it. I'm just going to continue working on this song until I get it. And for some reason, I, well, I can't say for some reason. It's God's blessing. I was blessed with the ability to finally play the song, I'm not to the point where it's mine yet, where I've owned it, but I'm to the point where I'm happy enough to record it. So this is called I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. All right. Well, that was one where I've been working on that for about 3 years to get it as to the level you saw it at, and it's not yet mine yet. I got to tell you, I need to play it a few hundred more times. I need to play it right a few hundred times, and I've just now worked it out that I can play it like this. So hopefully you'll hear it at Christmas time, and it'll be one of the songs that I release for my Christmas releases this year in 2022. So thank you so much for tuning in to the Underground Gospel Show. We hope you have a good time. We hope that somehow something I said can touch your life. And please send me a comment, send me a note. Remember, subscribe and to like. You don't really have to set up a notification bell because I'm every Friday and Saturday night. If you got nothing doing Friday and Saturday night, turn on YouTube and go to YouTube Live or Facebook Live or Twitch or whatever your favorite channel is and tune in and send us a comment. We love hearing from you. Anyway, God bless you and thank you. And I guess it's time to roll credits.